All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be going over Game 2 of the U.S. Nationals Finals between Michael Imiafa on the left here and Kaden Kawakami on the right. It's going to be Black Yellow Luffy versus Lucci. That will be the main focus of today's video. After that, we're going to hop over to the sim. We've got a fun game to go over on the sim, guys, of me playing this new Revo Army red-blue version of Marco that I just absolutely love, guys. I can't really explain it. It's just so much fun. We'll check that out, and then we'll finish off the video by checking out the deck list, and we'll wrap it up in that way. Okay, guys, let's get straight to it today. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links in the comments section below. Now, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions throughout the video or for whatever reason, please do not hesitate to say that down in the comment section below or hop on the VV Theory Discord, guys. We're in there always cutting up, having a good time. We're talking about One Piece like 24/7, guys. The link is in the channel description. Now, one more thing before we dive into this, guys. I have started streaming on YouTube. That's right. We streamed Monday, Tuesday, and we're going to be streaming tonight, Wednesday. At the time you're recording this, it's a Wednesday, and that will be the schedule going forward. I'm pretty sure we're going to try to stick to that. It will be Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, from 9 to 12 Eastern, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern. So that's 3 days, 3 hours each day. That ends up being 9 hours of extra content. Now, don't worry if those times don't work out for you. The videos, the VODs for the stream, they will be on the YouTube, but here's the thing, guys. I will have them set to members only. Now, if you watch the stream live, it's completely free like everything else I do, right, guys? I try to keep everything as free as possible. But if you can't make it live, one thing that I have done is I have made it where it's memberships only can watch the replay, watch the VOD after it's been done. So that's something, if you want to help me out that way, you'll be able to get all the access to these, all of this extra content, guys. Like I said, it's going to be 9 extra hours of content every single week if we keep this up. And it might be even more than that because I'm sure I'll do surprise streams every now and then. Okay, so again, that would help me out big time. To become a member on YouTube to get access to the membership, it's $3 a month. Okay, if you go to my main channel link, like just the, the VV Theory, I think it's youtube.com/@VVUlfric. That's my little gamer alias is Wolfric. That's where we get the 2 V's from in the VV Theory. On there, you just click on the join button and it walks you through the rest from there. And then you'll have access to any of the membership only stuff going forward, which will always be the reruns of the the streams as I do them live. So if you miss one, you'll never have to worry about it. And like I said, by becoming a member, you'll have access to all this extra content. It's going to be 9 extra hours a week is the plan, guys, like minimum. So again, it helps me out big time. So I really appreciate everybody who's become a member. And guys, we have gotten quite a few people become members recently. Okay. All right. We will show that at the end of the video. Now we can actually get into this, guys. Let's dive straight into it. We got a game here. Let me shrink my head down. We got a game here of Black Yellow Luffy versus Lucci. Now, I am going to say spoiler warning, guys, because we've already gone over Game 1. So if you're watching Game 2, you probably already know who won Game 1. So Black Yellow Luffy is up 1-0 against the Lucci player in a best-of-3 format. So everything is on the line right now. If Black Yellow Luffy wins, then he takes home the championship. If Lucci wins, then he gets to go into Game 3. Okay, whoops, I did not mean to double-click. There we go. Double-clicked. I got excited there, guys. So, okay, let me go ahead and pause already. So Black Yellow Luffy is going to be going first. I can't remember if he went first or second in Game 1. I can't remember, actually. But he's going to be... I think he did go first Game 1. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if Lucci should try to go first just to put pressure on. I have no idea. We can talk about that later. But here's the thing. So turn 1, and notice what's in Michael's hand. On the left, that's Cross AI, right? In Michael Imiafa's hand, he does have a Searcher. But he's choosing not to. I think he's choosing not to play that on turn 1, and that is something he's trying to do to see what he can draw to first, for a multitude of reasons. Number one, if he has not drawn his Gecko Moria yet for the game, it is very dangerous to hit those searchers early on, because once you go past Gecko Moria, who knows when you're going to see another one, right? That's 4 cards in a 50-card deck. There might be one in your life. You might have just went over one. The other 2 might be at the bottom of your deck. So you have to be so careful when playing this deck accurately, playing it technically, proficiently, and correctly. Now, real quick, so turn 1 was nothing for Black Yellow Luffy. Turn 1 for the Lucci, they're dropping down the 2-cost Uda. Guys, they drop down the 2-cost Uda. And this card has the ability, I think it's activate main to rest this card and cost -2 to a character for the turn. Okay, very, very relevant effect here, guys, on that Uda. Okay, and it cannot be KO'd by leader attacks, if I'm not mistaken. Now, actually, I guess we probably can just bring that up real quick, right? Let's just bring it up real quick since we're already talking about it. Let me bring up Uda. Y'all just give me 1 second, because it is relevant. This card, it's the only card we're going to look up, because it is very much a tech card. Let me type in all, we'll type in black cards, and we'll bring up Uda. This is the card that's going on right now, or that was just played by the Lucci player on turn 1. It's something they're using kind of like a stage card. And it can come back with Gecko Moria. But it's a 2-cost, 3,000 power character. With this character cannot be KO'd in battle by leaders, right? So very, very relevant. Activate main. You may rest this character and give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. Now, let's get back to the game. And here we go. So now it's going to go back to the black-yellow Luffy player. They're going to draw for the turn. And look at this. We're not using the Searcher. We're swinging 8. We're keeping on the pressure. Saying go. Your turn. Okay, and notice that I think I saw a GARP and a the event. We're going to save that. We're not going to play that out. Actually, it might have been a Hiyori. That might not be a GARP. They're flipping through the cards very quickly. I can't quite see it. Or it might be a 5-cost Luffy. Okay, so they're going to play out the Khalifa here, which is going to draw 2, trash 2, fill up the trash. Again, choosing not to swing early as Lucci. It's not that it's a mistake. Right, it's not that it's a mistake, but I think there might be another route we have to try to go in the future because, hey, this person is probably as good as anyone is at running Lucci, right? I think we can probably all agree with that, right? Like, okay, this guy's clearly a good Lucci player. He made it to top 2 nationals. He made it to the finals. So he's doing something right. He knows what he's doing. However, if it doesn't work for him, like how it didn't work for him in game 1, then we might have to start trying something different. And that might not work either. Who knows? We'll have to see. Okay. All right. Now, going into turn 3, this will be a 5 Dawn turn for the black-yellow player. Swing 5, 5 Dawn active. They're going to 2K counter out. I like countering out of the early stuff. Pause. They do play out the Kuzan to draw a card. I like countering out early for Lucci when you can. Not from the 8K attack. Yeah, the 8K attacks are too much. But countering out of the 5K, even if it is with a 2K counter, because, guys, the attacks that go in later in the game are massive. So you might as well get out of the early stuff while you still can very efficiently. So they play out the Kuzan to draw a card. They're going to pay 1 here, it looks like. It looks like they're really thinking about paying 1 here. Let's see what's in the hand. Still no Gecko Moria. They're really considering playing out the... Well done. Passes, decides not to play out the event there. I 100% agree with that. I think that's the right call. I mean, I could be, who knows, maybe I'm way overthinking this, but that was what was going through my head, and I used to play quite a bit of Black Yellow Luffy. Really good play by, really good restraint by Michael Imiafa. Okay, swings for 5. Wow, okay, so that was a Raigo. The trigger can pop a character. It's I believe the trigger is basically the 9-cost Yamato's effect. Okay, we will look at one more card because I just want to see what the trigger is on Raigo. It's either your opponent's life or you and your opponent's life. So let's bring up, well, I typed in Raigo. I think it's actually Kingdom Come. Let me type in Kingdom. Okay, for yellow, okay, it's going to bring up a bunch of Animal Kingdom stuff as well. Okay, here it is. Kingdom Come. Trigger. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the total of your and your opponent's life cards. So that thing could have hit, like, let's go back real quick. That is an incredible tech card, but now it won't be able to hit something like a Gecko Moria, right? But it is going to slow down the Rob Lucci. But look what it does, guys. So that card was going to be able to hit a 7-cost or lower character. He chooses to take out the 1 character that cannot be attacked by the leader and has the ability to do -2 cost, activate main anytime he needs it. So really good stuff there. That was really nice for the Black Yellow Luffy player. And guys, sometimes that is how it goes, right? Some people might be thinking like, wow, that was lucky. It's like, well, sure, yeah, it was lucky. And especially after we were just talking about like, hey, should you attack early on in this matchup? And I was saying, yeah, absolutely. But guys, sometimes a player is just drawing hot. And it is what it is. I mean, this is cards. I mean, have you guys ever played poker? Sometimes it's a guy's night, and sometimes it's not. It is what it is. But hey, that was really incredible there. It's going to take off the Uda, and let's see what happens now. So now they still can swing with the Khalifa. At this point, I'm all in. I'm like, all right, I done lost that guy. That destroys that kind of game plan. He did -1. I think the only reason he even attacked was to do -1 cost to the Kuzan, and now he has 5 Dawn for a Kaku. Actually, he has 6 Dawn. He has 6 Dawn for Kaku. So I would swing 5 here with the Khalifa. Okay, -3 more, or -2 more with the Suru. Gonna play out the Okay, gonna play out Rebecca, cheating out, pulling the Brook from the trash and playing out the Brook to pop the character. Okay, very strong interaction, but that cost a lot of resources, a lot. But we are going very wide on the board now, which there is a perk to that. It's just 2 of those are 0 cost characters. Or 0, excuse me, not 0 cost, 0 power characters. I haven't seen any 0 cost characters yet. Okay. Here we go. Black Yellow Luffy's going to be up to 7 Dawn now. Let's see what they choose to do. It looks like they have 3 Dawn tapped. Or no, it's 4 Dawn, excuse me. They're going to play out the Kuzan. They'll have 3 Dawn left for the turn. Maybe attach a Dawn to leaders, what we're looking at. All right, we have our first Gecko Moria. That was massive. Go back, go back, go back. Okay, let me go back right here. So they're going to play out the Kuzan. Let's see what happens here. Play that out, and they draw into a Gecko Moria. Okay, now we can very safely begin searching. We can start ripping through our top cards now, getting to our Sabos and our 2-cost characters that we need, like the Luffy here, and we are off to the races for the most part as Black Yellow Luffy. Okay, excellent. Attach 2 to the leader, swing 7, give him the blocker. Sounds good, your turn. Okay, that was a massive turn. We can start breathing a sigh of relief as the Black Yellow Luffy player, because notice he has no 5-cost Sabos in hand to start cycling through, or 1 call. I don't think he has any Flampeys in his hand this game either. So that means there's actually a very high likelihood that the cards we just said are either in his life or further down in the deck, along with more Gecko Morias. Okay, this is turning out to be a really nice start for Black Yellow Luffy. That Raigo was incredible, but I don't think that was game-breaking, and that was just extremely fortunate. So attacking for 5, -1 to the Kuzan. This is the new Kuzan that was played out, right? And now we're going to follow up. We have an 8 Dawn turn, I believe. I believe we have it. Yeah, we should have an 8 Dawn turn. He did a 7-1 separation there. It's probably going to be a Jack. That does telegraph Jack. And yeah, if you have Jack, I think you absolutely slam it right here. Okay, he might do a swing for 5 first, maybe. He's going to do 1 Tempest Kick, draw a card, very good. Cards in trash, 2. Okay, I couldn't count that fast. Let me go back real quick and we'll count out how many cards that is. 2, 3, 3, 3. So it's just 9 cards, and it does count itself when it hits the trash, right, guys? So for those who are not aware, in order to do an event, you trash it to use the effect. So whenever you're doing a Tempest Kick where it counts the cards in your trash, the Tempest Kick can be the 10th card that enters the trash to get the effect off. That is it is an activate main. It's a 1-cost event main. Draw a card. Then if you have 10 or less cards in your trash, you can -3 cost to a character. But we're not really worried about that part right now, right? We're actually more I think the play here is going to be a, it looks like he's telegraphing a Jack. And he was saying, hey, it doesn't really matter. We're doing this. Okay, so do that. We're going to draw a card and then trash a card and then KO a 3 or less. Trashes the Kaku. I wonder how long he had Kaku in hand. That didn't sound right. Okay, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, so here we go. We're on a 9 Dawn turn for Black Yellow Luffy. It is time to begin setting up our 1 life 9K loop. Okay, our 1 life 9K loop. I don't know if we can do it just yet. Okay, no, but we do have a Sabo. Excellent. Now, okay, that changes things. I didn't know he had drawn a Sabo yet. Draw 2, trash 2. So he drew a card with Kuzan. Draw 2, trash 2 with Sabo. He has not even seen a Flampe this game. Guys, Black Yellow Luffy draws cards like nobody's business. The deck can almost mill itself. It probably could mill itself given enough time, like very efficiently. Nice, getting 2 cards in the trash. Those are 5-cost Sabos. Guess what that means? Whenever he starts pulling out the... those cards are safe in his trash, right? Because now he can't get them, like... How do I say this? He will be able to bring those back with Gecko Morias with a 2-cost interaction with life. Okay? And I'm talking a little bit quickly, guys. If y'all have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask in the comments section below. Okay, so right here, we're on a 10 Dawn turn. That was the entire turn for the Black Yellow Luffy. Play out a 4-cost, play out a 5-cost. We have 2 life. We have a blocker. Nothing can be KO'd. And we went through 3 cards. We drew 1 and then draw 2, trash 2 with the other. We have a blocker, like I said. We're sitting on a very strong hand size. And at this point in the game, we're on 10 Dawn for the Lucci. I don't know what's in their hand. Unfortunately, from this kind of production value for the for the U.S. Nationals, they did not have a zoom in on the hand. Because, you know, this isn't like their official studio. They're just like going around, you know, different, you know, cities and countries, I'm sure, just doing these events like this. However Bandai does them, I have no idea. But the point is, we can't see their hand, so I can't really tell you guys what I would do as Lucci. But I can tell you one thing. I do think it's time to just start smacking in. Unless we have a Kaido. A Kaido would be very nice here. The 9-cost 9K Kaido, where it's trashing a 7 or less, and then you trash a card, and then they have to trash a card. I actually think that'd be very good here to keep some big threats on the board. Or if you don't have that, we can go swing 5, swing 5, swing 5, swing 9. Right, or excuse me, well, that would be 3 Dawn, and we'd have 7 Dawn left, depending on what's in their hand. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what Caden chooses to do here. This is a very tough situation. Like what I'm saying, guys, do not misunderstand me. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, this is an easy decision. It's not. Swing 5, -1 to the Kuzan. That doesn't matter, and that's an obvious thing there, saying like, okay, you know, I know it cannot be KO'd, so either you're running Brook or you're running the 9-cost Kaido we were just talking about, or you can't deal with this. Swing 5, okay, that's a card out of hand. That's a big deal. Black Yellow Luffy does not like using cards out of hand. Okay, gonna attach one here. I like this. Yeah, absolutely. Swing for 5. Again, poking cards out of their hand, forcing them into life. Right here, probably doesn't want to give his blocker yet in case he decides to swing with Jack. But staying at 1 life is also very important. Okay, however, check this out, guys. Gonna take it. That's not a misplay. That's all calculated. And, okay, that's going to be a swing for 8, and he blocks out of it. And let's see what happens next. 8 Dawn still left for Lucci. Swing for 8 with the Suru. And that was awesome. But as you can see, this was a play that was definitely calculated by Michael. He was waiting for this. He had the 2K counters in hand. He said, okay, if he wants to get crazy and swing 8 with the Suru, that's fine with me. I don't think that was the right play, and I mean, they're both laughing about it. They're probably having a moment here, guys. They're having a moment here. It was like, okay, maybe this is my only chance to sneak a win. But guys, there is not a single 2K counter in the trash right now. Not one. Unless it came from this turn from earlier when he countered out the first hit. But I think that might have been a 1K. I'm not exactly sure. So there might be one 2K counter under the top card right here in the trash under this Sabo, but that's it. So it's like, okay, he said, you know what, let's try this, but I would have much rather seen the player on the right just drop something bigger. Maybe they had nothing bigger in their hand. I'm not sure. Like I said, we can't see their hand. Okay, here we go. 2K to get out of that, and now they're going to draw Black Yellow Luffy's turn, 10 Dawn turn. Now it's time to start dropping geckos. It looks like they got another gecko, by the way. Let's see what happens here. Going to pay 2. Yeah, I don't think it's time to play the gecko yet. Very well played. So pause. Let's talk about something real quick, guys. So this is an extremely high-level, accurate play of Black Yellow Luffy when you're in this position. What are we trying to do right now? Okay, we have 0 life, right? Yes, we can play out Gecko Moria and go up to 9 life, but playing out a 4-cost card like this, like the Kuzan, that's going to let us draw a card, get another body on the board, and now we still have 6 Dawn left for the turn. That's 2 for our leader, 2 for, and then 4 for 2 of the 2 drops. So we can get our life into our actual life zone, you know, with the leader effect by trashing a card, and then from there, we can either choose to go up to 9K life, or we could choose to sit at 7K life and just get what we needed out of that interaction. And since we have 3 Sabos in our trash right now, the 5-cost, we can actually go. Notice he's got his hand on the 5-cost Luffy right here, guys. I don't know if you can see that or not. He's got his hands on the 5-cost Luffy. We're going to be able to pop one of these little bodies on the board, and then we're going to be able to go up to 7K health, and then have the character in life that we need to start doing the loop next turn, unless he wants to put everything into swinging into our life with like the Jack or something. And then, okay, that kind of worked as a time loop. So this is a very, very delicate position to be in Black Yellow Luffy, but it's being handled masterfully on the left here, guys. Really good stuff here. And guys, I know some people might be thinking like, oh, you know, what's with all the glazing going on? Guys, I played Black Yellow Luffy for a very, very long time. I love playing Black Yellow Luffy. I have like an hour-and-a-half comprehensive guide on this leader, and watching it being piloted very well like this is something I really enjoy watching. Not saying that the Lucci player's not playing well as well, by the way. You know, it'd be so nice if we could see the hands here. Okay, playing out the Luffy here. Probably going to pop the Brook. Going to play out this as well. Going to play out the Sabo as well. So we're at 9,000 power now. We have a blocker. Nothing can be KO'd on the field. Now we can even KO something else as well. Choosing not to do that because, again, are you going to swing in with these characters on the board? Probably not. I mean, because nothing can be KO'd. So just ignoring the characters on the board, I like that as well. Very good stuff here. Those 2 Kuzans are safe. Whatever gets dropped next turn will be removed. No matter what it could be a 10-cost character. Guys, it could be like a 4, 8, it could be a 12-cost character. It could be Jack. It doesn't matter. Because swing with Kuzan, that's -8, and then the 5-cost Luffy can pop a 4 or less. It could literally be a 12-cost character. It would not matter. Okay, swing for 10, that's going to be a 2K. Very nice. And then, yep, swing for 5 with the Rob Lucci. Of course, that's just going to get met with a, you know, pass. Right, swing 5 and a 9. You can have it, just filling up his trash a little bit. Gonna play out the Gecko for 8 here. Gonna refill. Gonna trash the Suru. Gonna play out the Rebecca, and what is he going to get back to hand? He's going to, okay, so I think he's choosing not to choose a smaller character, which is smart, but let's see what he chooses to do here. Oh, he does. He does choose to get the Uda back, and replacing the Khalifa, very interesting. I guess it has more utility, and maybe he's trying to trick the opponent to attack into this. Oh, he's replacing it anyway. Never mind. So then he plays out the Spandam to draw three, top 3 search and draw a card. What did he get from it? Sorry, guys, it's starting to go very fast here. So he plays out the Spandam, Suru, Lucci, gets the Lucci, and there's a 9-cost Kaido in the trash. Okie dokie. Here we go. So it's going to be swing 5 to poke. We're going to give -4 to the Gecko. This is going to force a 1K counter every time, guys. Yep. Swing for 6. That's going to get that card. Now we're going to pop this to get rid of Gecko. And at this point in the game, it is a very strong position to be in for the Black-Yellow Luffy player, guys. Here we go. Rinse and repeat. Let me sit back in my chair and just enjoy this entire little sequence here. It's going to be play out the Gecko, replacing the Kuzan we swung with. Proper, excellent sequencing, of course. And this is just like clockwork. This is routine. This is what we've been training for. This is literally just, how do you say it, guys? This is just natural at this point, right? Just, it's free-flowing. And here we go, swing for 11 at face. We're going to take that, of course. And we have 2 blockers now. There's no way to get through this board. Guys, this is a 9,000 power leader. We have 2 blockers. There is no way to get through this right now for the Lucci player. He could only swing, let's see, 5, 4, 1. He could swing 9, 9, 9 if he wants to. But that's going to get met with a blocker. Excellent. I 100% agree with that. So that way, okay, swing 5, of course, just to do a draw 2 trash to him, put a -1. Probably do -1 to the Gecko. Okay, going to use out the Tempest Kick as well. But hear me out, guys. So right here, he's just going to, he swung for 9. They use the blocker. The Black-Yellow Luffy player is using the blocker for a reason, because he can go Gecko again next turn. We're not in a rush to end this game right now. We're not in a rush to end the game, because we're in full control. There's almost nothing Lucci can do right now. It is his... The onus is on him right now, right? Is that how you say that? Like, it's his time to do something, because the Black-Yellow Luffy player has the initiative, and he's saying, hey, I'm just going to keep running you over like this. You're going to have to do something to stop it now. And the answer is nothing, right, guys? Like, Lucci can't really do much into this position, okay? And this is why we have to develop a board as wide as possible, and even that still might not matter because of how high the power is on Black-Yellow Luffy. Okay, so we swung in there, so it was -1 and then -3. So the Gecko got -3 on him. But where did the -1 go from the Lucci? I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. We might have missed that one. Maybe it won't matter. Okay, we played out a Rebecca. We're going to grab a Spandam, play that out. Spandam, we're going to, we're just going through the motions right now. It looks like he's going to put these 2 cards on the bottom of his deck. And, yep, and then he's going to play out probably a Lucci, maybe Lucci. Khalifa to draw 2 trash 2. Okay, yeah, try to get some cards in hand to try and survive this turn. But here's the thing. He's literally, clinging for, grasping for air right here, when I don't even know if Black-Yellow Luffy's going to try to end this game right here. I think the Black-Yellow Luffy player might just be swing, 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 and we'll just keep going up to 9K health. We'll see what's in his hand, though, if he has another Gecko Moria or not. I actually could not see. I could not see in his... He does. He has a Gecko Moria. He has 2K counters. And yeah, this is going to be another turn of, okay, poke for 5 to get a card out of your hand. Swing for 9 this time because we have a Gecko Moria on the field. And we can swing for 6 with the Luffy to pop something. It's just such a horrendous place to be in, right, guys? This is a really scary place to be in for the Lucci player. Okay, so we just did a bunch of draw 2, trash 2. I don't know what's going on here, guys. Okay, but they got that off, and here we go. Your turn. All right, let's see what happens. Swing 6. This will probably get met with a 2K, and then probably pop one of the, swing 5, -4 to the, what is that? -4 to the Jack. He's down to a 7 + 4 is 11, and then -4, so he's back down to 7. He's down to a normal 7. Okay, so the math is being done here. It looks like they're considering going for lethal, but here we go. I wonder if this... I don't know if this is the turn or not yet. Let me finish my thought real quick. So they use the and there is a blocker left too, by the way. So it is possible that they have lethal here. However, what was I just saying? So the Jack is down to 7, but that probably won't matter, right? Because everything else is 4 or under, and that's all we need for the Luffy. So what's being considered here now is probably like, wait a minute, if I play out another Gecko Moria, Well, I can just re-get my my 5-cost Luffy out of the trash with the whole effect and go up to 9k. You guys know the drill. And then we can pop the Rebecca, swing 9 with my my Gecko Moria, and then swing 11. And then I have my blockers still. It's just, you know, we're in a very good position. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, he has split it up in this way. He might even have the 2-cost cards in hand. I don't know if he has it in hand or not. Okay, so again, he's trying to do the math. He does not want to mess this up. Not on the big stage. Yep, you can tell he knows. He's like, no, I know I have it, but I don't want to make any mistakes here, guys. So watch what happens here. He's asking how many cards are in hand, and he knows what he might know what some of the cards are still. And maybe he's counted some of the 2K counters and things like that. Like right now, he's counting the 2Ks. Let's see what happens here. Hang on. So he's got. Let's go through the 2K counter search real quick. Asking for his players' trash. So 1 Khalifa, 1 Suru, 1 Kaku, 1 Suru. So 2 Surus, a Kaku, and a Khalifa. 1 Khalifa's on the board. That's 5 2K counters. Okay. And how many does Lucci even run these days? Maybe 10. I'm not sure. Trashes the Gecko Moria. Gonna get these cards into life. Play out the Luffy. We're going to use the Luffy. Pop that. Draw a card. Very nice. We're up to 7K on our leader. And right here, yeah, I just don't think it's possible, guys. We're going to swing for 10. And then we're going to swing for whatever else that it was. It'll be 7, 9, plus 5, 14. Swing for 10. Do you have it or do you not? Okay, swing for 15, and then he has 1 Dawn left to swing in with Sabo if he absolutely has to. GG, well played. Let me go back to the final board state so we can at least see it. He drops his hand down. Let's see what he had in hand, and boom. Okay, yeah, he had 2K, 1K, 1K, and a 0-cost 3K. So he could have gone 2, 3, 4, 7K. He could have gotten out of a 12, but not anything else. And after that, what are you going to do when he swings in for 7 with the 5-cost? Sabo, right? Because he had 1 Dawn left. He's going to swing for 7 with Sabo. Awesome game. That was a lot of fun to watch. That was a really great sequencing there with the black yellow Luffy deck. Piloted very well. And Lucci, man, that's tough going against this matchup. It's not exactly a walk in the park. They're going to have to do some teching to deal with black yellow Luffy, but we'll have to see what happens. You know, now that black yellow Luffy has one, maybe we'll see more Blackbeards pop up. Who knows, guys? We'll have to see what happens next when it comes to the tournament scene and when it comes to the meta matchups. Awesome. All right, that was it for that, guys. Very good. Only 2 games. We didn't get the 3rd game. Unfortunate, but hey, we'll take what we can get, right? Especially when it's good games like that. Now we're going to hop over to the sim. We got a game of Red Blue Marco. This is a, as you can see down in my hand there, you might have a little clue. This is a Revo Army version of Red Blue Marco. Now, I have already featured this probably about like 3 or 4 days ago, I think, on the channel, and I will link that video in the comment section below. I'll also link the black yellow Luffy guide that I have in the comment section below as well for those who are interested. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's do this. We got the volume. Actually, it's on. Let me turn that off. And let's put it on 2x speed, and here we go. This is quickly becoming one of my actual favorite decks, guys. I really, really enjoy playing this deck. Getting a turn 1 Bello Betty search is incredible. I don't need these dragons right now because I already have one in hand. We'll grab the Morley so we have a play next turn if we need it. Ace is going to play out Garp here. Garp is going to do a top search. I did not reveal what it was, unfortunately, so I don't know for sure. Usually when they do the top search, I just read it, guys, but sometimes I remember to mouse over it so you guys can see what it is as well on the top right. Okay, so I'm going to play out the Morley. Like I said, I swung for 5, play out Morley. They're going to play out the Monkey D. Luffy here. This is the 5 cost that can buff by eating life and going down. Going down in power. Or it can eat life and go up in power, excuse me. And here we go. I get a Morley. And yeah, this is a tough spot for my opponent to, or not a Morley. I get a Lindbergh here. So right here, I can almost pop it. So let's go ahead and do a search here for with Bello Betty. We get an Imperial Ivankov, so I can't quite pop the Luffy. We can't quite hit it yet. So we're going to do a top set right here. We're going to set our top cards. I'm going to play out the, excuse me, pause. Okay, let me pause real quick. So what I did there was I did a top, I looked at the top card of my deck with my leader effect by attaching 1 Dawn, activate main, and now I can do minus 2,000 power to a character for the turn. But what I did is I took the top card and I put a 2K counter there that costs 2. It's the 2 cost pudding. Now watch what we do here, guys. Now we're going to -2 there. That part doesn't matter. Play this card out, and I have to get rid of the Bello Betty on the board, but that's fine because I get a 2K counter right back to hand while establishing a body on the board. A very relevant body that can draw me cards. They're going to play out a Namuel. That Namuel is just not going to help them. I don't know how else to say that, guys. The Namuel is not going to help them in this matchup when I have a Lindbergh on the board. And for those who know me, for those who know how I play this game, guys, some people say it's a difference in play style. I am all about just literally, you know, how do I say this? Okay, pause. We just got a Fire Fist trigger. Getting rid of the Namuel right away seems good. But I'm all about fighting for the board. So if this guy wants to attack into my face, I'll probably take a bunch of it and then try to wall up, even though I don't have any blockers right now. That's one improvement we need to still add to the list. But when he swings in here, I'm just going to keep going at his board here and try to win in that way. Okay, swing 6. We'll give him a 2K counter because we have 2 of those anyway. And we draw a card. Not an ideal card, but hey, it will help us get rid of this board state. And here we go, -2 to that. We're going to swing 4 into 4 first because that's a 4K body. I'm going to get to draw a card from that. And then we're going to be able to swing into it for 6 and then 5s and then pop something with a Newgate. This card will not survive. Let me say that right now. We'll swing for 5. Okay, we'll swing for 5 more. We'll swing for 6. Let's see if he gets any triggers. If he got any trigger 5K bodies, we'd have to be careful there. And then we'll just go ahead and pop a Garp. Your turn. My board is completely stacked right now, guys. It is not looking good for our opponent. He needs to start going into this board or trying something super aggressive and going for face. Okay, he's going to swing in there. I think we might save this, guys. We might save this card. We'll go 0 cost 3K, trashing a Morley. We don't need that card. Gravity Blade, Raging Tiger. He has to use that to get rid of that Ivankov, or I was going to generate too much advantage. However, my opponent's facing other issues now. Watch this. We'll do a top search here. Okay, we'll set this there. -2. I'm going to play out Dragon. We're going to swing for 6 first. Let's see if he gets any kind of triggers. Nope. Okay, attach to there. Smash in. Getting rid of the Garp. Okay, counters out. Swing in with this guy. Swing for 8. He takes it. Swing for 9. He takes it. Your turn. It is your turn. I don't know what you're supposed to do in this situation, guys. And I have an Inazuma in hand. I can refresh my hand next turn if I have to. Okay, he's going to play out an ace. That's better than nothing. He's got a 7K body now, and he has a blocker. So his leader's a 7,000 power baseline right now for his turn, or even into my turn. But he also has a blocker. But I have a lot of relevant attacks coming through, and I have a Fire Fist. He doesn't know about the Fire Fist. Oh man. Oh man, this situation right here, the Morley's going to be able to take out both guys. So let me explain. Actually, let's let it play out. This game's over though. I'm going to explain it if I don't do what I'm about to say. Like, he just can't do anything here. Okay, so he realized that was the right call. Let me explain why that was the right call, guys, going for the Morley, because here's what would have happened. Next turn, if say he swung at face or tried to swing at my my 9K body and I 2K counter out, okay, if he did not do that, it was going to be, okay, 1 Dawn to my leader, do -2,000 to your Namuel. That's now a 0 power body, right? Then I have 2 or less life, right? So now it would be Fire Fist, dropping your ace down to 2 and popping your Namuel. Then attach 2 Dawn to my what's his name? The guy he just popped, the Lindbergh, swing in for 7, getting straight through, popping the other blocker, and then I'm going to have a 9K swing to follow up. It's such a horrible position to be in. But he chose the correct target, and he had another Namuel. Very nice. Okay. Well, it just so happens we have a lot of the good stuff here to get through this, to get right through it. I mean, I can just pop something with Newgate. There's so many things. We'll swing for 9. He gives me the blocker. Okay, now I think it should be over right here. We have the Kuma. We can do a lot of stuff here. We do 1 Dawn on the leader, -2,000 to the Namuel. That will allow us to pop everything with the Kuma plus the Fire Fist. Okay, we do it in that way. Okay, I did it in the reverse way of what I said, but it works out. The math works out the same. Swing 7, and now swing for 14. Swing for 12 into 7. Double 2K could not have got him out of that. It would have got him to 11, and I was coming in for 12. GG. Guys, this deck is a lot of fun to play. You have to try it sometime. It's not completely perfect just yet. Let me say that right now. So here's the list, by the way. The list is not perfect yet, but it is actually just so much fun. I literally can't explain it to you guys. I don't know how to really properly break it down. It is just one of those decks that's insanely fun to play. Now, I have done some talking to people, to see what they think for the 2-cost slot, because I do think we need like a 2-cost blocker that we can cheat in and out of play with the Emporio Ivankov and stuff like that. Or not in and out of play, but you guys know what I mean. And I think the best option I saw so far was Duval. Duval is a 2-cost, 1,000 power, 1K counter blocker, and does a top 3 search. It does a top 3 set, right? It sets cards on the top. The other option would be this Kuma or this Usopp, but these don't really have the ability to block, and that's what this deck is severely lacking. And one thing I was saying that we might want to do is add in Bunny Joe, because it's Revo Army searchable. It has synergy elsewhere. It has a lot of synergy as well. But I will say this. Maybe we run both. I don't know. Maybe we run like a few Bunny Joes so we can search those up with the Bello Bettys and the Emporio Ivankovs. But then we run like maybe like 2 or 3 Duvals as well. So like maybe 2 or 3 of each. We'll have to see what happens. Because it just, guys, I don't know how else to explain it. The one thing this deck seems to be lacking is a little bit of blocker power, so I can make it later into the game and really get as much value out of this leader's effect as possible over the course of the game. There's also some other options I am looking at, like with the 9-cost spot with this Sanji. I feel like this could just be really strong in the deck. I mean, even if I'm just running like 1 or 2, because one card we tried last time was this Inazuma, and it didn't really quite work out well for us. It's not that it was bad, I just never really had the opportunity to play it. Where it's like, okay, if we're at such a point, if we're at a really late stage of the game where I need to start filling out the board, this isn't the card I want to fill out the board with, right? I'd rather fill it out with this card, or a card that pops something for me. Because remember, guys, this Sabo with this leader effect, that's a 7 Dawn investment to pop a 6k body or 6,000 power across 2 bodies. Extremely, extremely relevant. Fire Fist is insane in this list, guys. You aggressively take down to 2 life, and that's where we need to just hide behind the blocker bodies, like the Duval we were looking at, this card here. We need to hide behind the 2-cost bodies, go down to 2 life aggressively, hide behind 2-cost bodies, and at that point, since we're dropping down to 2 life so quickly, we might want to consider something like a Rad Beam, because this gets turned on at 2 life as well. That might be something we want to look into. Another option, potentially another option is the 4-cost Marco, but I don't have very much, if any. I don't have any. No, I do have a little bit of Whitebeard Pirate stuff in here. And who knows, if I were to try to incorporate this, I think we'd have to move we'd have to move things around a little bit. I'm not sure I really want to do that yet. Not to say there's not room for something like Vista in the deck, guys, because Vista is basically a souped-up version of Kuma, where with the leader effect, we're popping a 5 or less, right? So there might be some wiggle room for that for sure in the future. Who knows? Maybe even over this Inazuma, maybe we just don't need this card. Maybe we run 2 more lower cost cards that pop, like Vista. And at that rate, if we do choose to do that, there might be some idea to go up in events, so that way we can run the 5-cost Marco as well. So then we have a little bit more balanced package of like 50% Revo, 50% Whitebeard Pirates. But who knows? That might hurt the consistency a little bit, even with a. It'll hurt the consistency even with a leader like this. Like, I know this leader fixes a lot of problems. Like, for example, if I literally have to cheat out a card next turn with my Emporio Ivankov, like I can't whiff, I can't afford to whiff, no problem. Attach 1 Dawn to my Marco first, and then I can set the Morley or the Lindbergh or the Bello, even the Bello Betty there if I need it, or this Emporio Ivankov. I can set whatever card there that I need to hit for sure, and just definitely hit it. You know what I mean? Where there's absolutely there's no question about if it will hit or not. So we'll have to see. And that also gives me an idea about the Duval. Like, a very attractive idea about Duval is we would be able to kind of mess around with stuff like that, right? Where it's like, well, no, I guess if you cheat this out, never mind. That wouldn't work quite the way I want it to, because of how Emporio Ivankov works. Hopefully you guys saw what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, like, so I was saying if we could cheat out the Emporio Ivankov with this Ivankov and then get another effect off of this, it would be insane. But it's going to look at your top 3 cards and put the rest on the bottom, and then you're going to rip a blind card. That's when you'd have to mess around with like Blue Dofi or something like that. But even Duval only looks at the top. Let me type in Duval. Even he only looks at the top 3 cards. So even if you set your top 3 cards so that you can for sure hit with your Ivankov, you can't really make it where your Ivankov can chain into your the other Ivankov to get extra value. I mean, you might still hit it like blindly the more 2-cost cards we go up, but hopefully you guys see what I'm saying. Okay, well, that's about it, guys. I'm done yapping. I really do like this deck, guys. I've had nothing but a good time with this. It's been so much fun. Please tell me what y'all think about in the comment section below. Please tell me what y'all thought about the match, the Black Yellow Luffy versus Lucci matchup, and what else? Oh yeah, and hop on tonight, guys. I'll be streaming from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern, right? So I'm going to be doing that Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, right? Really good stuff there. All right, now let's go ahead and hop over to the, got to roll the credits here, guys. Got to roll the credits. Big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Guys, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing for my channel, and for the, for the VV Theory idea as a whole. I really appreciate it, guys. Submitting Red Yellow Sabo information on Discord, commenting, all that stuff, guys. Becoming members, guys. I appreciate all of it. Speaking of which, let me get into that. So VV Pirates Playmat supporters, thank you guys so much for buying the playmat and supporting me in that way. Hope you guys are enjoying those. Check it out, guys. We got a new slide here. The VV Pirates YouTube members. I actually need to update this because we've gotten more since then. I'm gonna update this stuff regularly, guys. Don't worry. So if your name's not on here and you've become a member, we'll get it on the next one. Really good stuff there. Thank you so much to everybody who's become a member. Ever since I started streaming, guys, it's really given people an incentive to support the channel in that way, and I really can't say how much I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And then last but not least, of course, patrons. Thank you to everybody on here. These are people who literally just donated money just to help out, guys, and I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. One more thing I was going to say is to the patrons, guys. I absolutely appreciate everyone who's on my Patreon page, but to get the benefits that I was talking about with the streaming, it would be better if you have to end your subscription on Patreon. I totally understand, but I would hop over to YouTube if you can. It'll probably be cheaper anyway because it's like a $3 entry over there. Patreon's kind of like whatever people choose to to donate, but still it would be a lot more beneficial in that way, guys. I don't have anything I can offer people on Patreon yet, so I recommend anyone who wants to support the channel, please hop on to submit through the become a member on YouTube. That way you get access to all the VODs for all of the streams we're going to be doing. Okay? All right, guys, that's it. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. I can't say it enough. I feel absolutely blessed. Thank you guys so much. All right, till next time, guys. Peace.